Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our channel. We've got the lovely Ginger Bailey here with channeling my son, Eric, and we're going to also channel Laken Riley at long last. And you guys can find her information in the description box, but we'll also put it on the screen momentarily. So, do you have Laken? Hi, Eric, I love you.
Says hi, Mama. I love you. He's excited for this one. Him and Laken. She's been with me. She's been with me for a couple of days now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've talking off and on. They're both standing here together. She's ready to go. She's saying thank you. She's saying thank you for this.
I think you just need a voice.
Yeah.
But let me give everybody some background. I'm sure everybody knows. The murder of Laken Riley occurred on February 22nd, 2024 in Athens, Georgia. Laken Riley, a 22-year-old nursing student at Augusta University, disappeared when she was jogging at the University of Georgia. Her body was found near a lake of a wooded area at UGA. Her death was caused by blunt force trauma. The police described Riley's killing as a crime of opportunity and that no murder had been committed at UGA in almost 30 years. Jose Antonio Ibarra, that's like my dad's two first names, a 26-year-old Venezuelan citizen who entered the U.S. illegally, was arrested by UGA police and has been charged with felony murder, false imprisonment, and kidnapping. All right, so are you okay to answer some questions, Laken? You can refuse any question.
Yeah. No, she says she's ready and she'll answer whatever we want. I gotta tell you, she's got this like very angelic voice. Like it's just a sweet voice. And she's wearing it's like a spring dress with like little flowers on it, but it's like one of those spring dresses that go like to the thigh. She's just really cute. Really cute.
I saw pictures. She is beautiful. You're beautiful. So our condolences to the Riley family, Laken. Will there be justice for you?
Thank you? She's saying yes. Yes, there will be justice. She's saying that there's more things that's going to come out about this person.
Okay.
And that there's going to be justice. Yes.
What will come out?
Some other things that he's done. Things that he's done. Yeah.
The rest of his rap sheet, probably.
Yeah.
Do you forgive him? Was this a spiritual contract between you?
Yes, she does. She does. She says that it was a contract. She's showing me how she was just she's saying that she felt kind of like strange that day. Actually, she like just felt like things were just like it was a good day. She's talking about it's a good day, but something like she just felt an imbalance of some kind, like just this, and she says that it didn't really cross her mind about like anything like it meant anything until she's seen him. And it was almost like she just knew that something was going to happen.
So that's your intuition about tapping into the spiritual contract. Well, what was the contract about?
Right. So she's talking about many things. A lot of it has to do with things going on in the country right now. Okay. For change. And she wants to say, because so many people are affected by this, not just people that like knew her personally, but people around the world. And she says there's a lot of anger happening, and which is to be expected, but she's like, put that anger to use, like make change with it, because change needs to come, she says.
Like the Laken Riley law, I don't know if it's passed. I don't think it was passed. I think it got stuck in the Senate, and I can't remember what it was all about because I just don't watch the news much anymore.
Yeah, I don't either, and I don't follow like political stuff either, but what she's saying is it has something to do with making the process like when somebody gets in trouble, like somebody who hasn't been processed correctly that comes into the country, like if they're,
I think if
you know,
they do some felony, then don't
that
release
they,
them, something like that.
right, that
Before.
they, there's more of a process to it. They have to hang on to them. They have to do a process. And also more of a process when they come into the country, you
Yeah.
know, which they do, but they've been overwhelmed lately. They've
Yeah.
been overwhelmed. So they
Well,
usually do go
of
through
course,
like background checks and things like
yeah.
that.
But of course they're coming.
Right.
You get all this free stuff. Who wouldn't want to come?
Right. And what's interesting too, she says, is there are some, not all, but there are certain laws. This is interesting. I didn't know this. There's certain laws for different immigrant country, like for different countries, that people are protected. So for instance, like say somebody from his country are more protected to where they don't send them back because of the dangers as compared to maybe somebody who comes from England or Canada,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and I'm not saying that they
Yeah.
don't have problems either, but
Some won't take them back. Some countries.
right. And some, there's actual laws that we have to protect them. Now, she does say that the other part of this is all the little bits that you get, you know, the learning to forgive, to let go, to
Yeah.
understand, to have compassion for others, all of those type of things, is something that's learned from those who are, you know, not just close to her, but everybody that's aware of the case going on, including her killer.
Now, of course, there's free will, but will the murderer be charged here in America or will he be deported? Both?
So
What's like?
far, what she says is he's going to be charged here. He'll be charged here.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and she's like, a lot of people are going to want things done like it would be done to somebody who's actually a citizen of the US, but that's not how it works. So he, you know, eventually, if he make, that's interesting. Erik goes, if he makes it through prison,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
he'll be sent
Deported.
back.
Good.
Yeah, but it'll be a while. He'll sit in, what do they put him in, federal prison or something like that?
I
Erik, is
don't
that what it
know.
is? Yeah, I think
Probably.
it's federal, some kind of
Okay.
federal penitentiary. Yeah.
Okay. Will
Yeah.
there be any changes with regards to policy due to what happened to you, Lakin? Or Erik, you can answer this too if you want.
They both say yes. They're both saying yes, there will be.
Will they finally close the border and make
Over
laws like if
this,
you?
over this, no,
Okay.
no. But there are going to be more. That is going to happen eventually. And it's not really closed, Erik says, because it's not really closed. They just need to get. They're trying to get more
Right.
to where it's not overwhelming. You know,
Exactly.
because this is a free country, and we want people to come here to be safe. You know, and have freedom.
Yeah.
So, but it has to, there's certain things he says that they're working on to try to make it
Okay.
where it's, you know, people are checked out better and processed better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had you seen this guy before?
No, she says no, she hadn't. And I was asking Erik, and he hadn't seen her. As far as what Erik says, like he hadn't seen her. What's interesting is, so she shows me, and I don't know if there's going to be questions about this later, but I'm going to tell you what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what she shows me is she was doing her morning routine. I see trees like she's running by her school, which I think I heard something about that too, but she's still showing this to me. She's
Okay.
running by her school. She's doing her morning routine, and I'm starting to get like really like chills big
Yeah.
time because the way she feels when she talks about this. She's running, there's trees around. She stops for a second. She's looking at her phone. She gets ready to go again and, you know, to start to take off. She's looking at her phone and she sees something out of the corner of her eyes. He comes through the trees at her. She
Oh,
caught her by surprise. But as he was headed that way, she's trying to, I don't have an iPhone, but what's interesting, she's showing me something on her phone she tried to do. I think tried to call 911 or something,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it was like she wasn't dialing. There's something else you can do with an iPhone, I guess, to try to
Okay.
call
Right.
911. I'm not sure what it
Emergency
is.
thing. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and so she's showing me she was trying to do that, and he got to her too quick. And so he wasn't like saying anything. He was completely silent, she says. Like he wasn't saying anything. He just attacked her. He just attacked her. And she's fighting. She's fighting. Like she says, I tried to fight. But he hit her. He had something on him that he
Okay.
hit her with. And then she said that was it. That she like passed out, like went dark.
Okay. Did you
And
suffer any pain, or were you able to leave your body in time?
no, she did leave her body in time, but also it was interesting. She says that it was something like loud, like a loud sound on her head, like hitting the head. But she had, and you know what, I'm hearing stabbed too, like she was
Okay.
stabbed. I don't know, what they have found or anything, but stabbed.
Okay.
But she's saying that she just remembers seeing like a flash, like almost like a flash of light or something.
Okay.
And then she was out. But no pain, no pain.
Thank God. Thank God.
And she did, and yes, she did leave her body. Yeah.
Yeah. Were there other exit points for you? This person wants to ask.
Okay, so she's saying no. She says no to this. And
Okay.
but she does say, what's interesting is that this could have happened a different way. Like there's so many different like parallel lives. She's showing me, and
Yeah.
Eric's like, explaining it, how, we can understand, but there's so many parallel lives of decisions that we make of our free will, and that this could have happened like at a different time, but it would have been pretty similar. She's saying pretty similar, and the same person, of course.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
general, when people are murdered, after they pass over, can they, from the other side, help to achieve justice for themselves?
And she's so sweet. She's smiling, and she's like, well, more so they can, but more so the focus is on the ones going through the process of grief, is more her focus with her
Yes, so you're
family, loved
helping
ones.
friends and
Yeah.
family.
Right. Because what's supposed to happen is going to happen,
Yeah.
and I was asking her, like what was his motive, why did he do this, when she was explaining this earlier. And what I'm getting is there's something not right, first of all, in his head. He's killed before, and he's one of those, I've heard of these type of people where they have a lot of anger issues from, I don't know, whatever they went through in their own trauma growing up. But he has killed before. He's killed animals, things like that kind of thing. But what she shows me is he was just going along, and in his mind, like she's showing me how his mind was thinking, like he's just like so mad, so angry, just keeps building up, like the world's not giving him what he deserves, kind of like anger, right?
Yeah.
And it was almost like the first person who comes along is the one who's going to get it.
Yeah.
He's take it out on.
That
So
kind of anger, yeah.
that was that kind of thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just it wasn't like planned, like he didn't know her, he didn't watch her, that kind of thing.
Got it. Why do you think Biden did not say your name at the State of the Union? Someone wants to ask.
Because he couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
That's Erik. Erik said that. So
I don't think, I think that's it. I don't think he meant any disrespect.
No, he didn't.
But he said it wrong when he did. So that shows that, yeah, he did. He said Lincoln instead of LAKEN.
Yeah.
So that matches the theory that he just forgot.
Yeah.
Would you have been alive, well, maybe longer, if Biden had not been president and opened up the borders?
She's saying what she's saying is this would have happened. This would have still happened. This would
Yeah.
have still happened because before that happened, before, the borders and all that, this has been going on a long time. It
Yeah.
wasn't just with this presidency,
Right.
but supposedly this has been going on a long time, she's saying. So yes, it would have happened because this has been a long time coming
It's
of
spiritual
change needing to
contract.
be done.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not just for that, it's for other things, but part of it is to make some change, because before the borders were completely open the way they are, they were still open.
There was
And
still
so
a degree, yeah.
there were still problems. Yeah, there were still problems with detail processing.
Okay.
So
Was this a karmic debt needed to be satisfied from a previous life?
she says yes and no. It's not like the karmic debt like her and this person had. It's something like, and it's not because she had done this to somebody. It was more of a there were other things, and she's not really getting into details of another life, but she's saying there were other things that happened in other lives as a combination, not just one, that made her decide that she wanted to do this and experience this. But
okay, that makes sense.
She's saying that she's like, when you look at it from the other side, when you're planning this, she
Seems
says,
like a good idea.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She's funny. She's like, because there's what you see is what it's going to do. For society
change.
as a whole. She sees what it's going to do, what the change is going to be for it, and that's why, and what she gets and what others get from it.
So you made a sacrifice for all of us,
right? Yeah.
Have you and your murderer been involved in previous lives?
She says, maybe one, like, it's a soul that she knows. It's not really a soul from soul family, but it's a soul she, so yeah. Small amount. I said one because it's like, feels like one, but she's like small amount. So more than one, but small, because we've had many lives, but she's saying small compared to how many she's had. But yes.
What kind of relationship? Did just he was the postman on one life, things like that?
Yeah, just that kind of thing. Not real close family. Not real close family. Yeah.
What are the lessons to be learned by your death in the manner and in this manner, and who were the lessons geared toward? I think we've asked them.
It's society as a whole.
Okay.
The collective, family, loved ones, friends. It affects every single person that knows this. Even the person who killed her and people connected to him, it is making change for them too, and his country. Some people that go back to the country make a difference. She shows me like a domino effect. Good. In a way too, like, even though there might not be people that hear about this in some of the areas of the world, those who go back to certain points, so it's a spread, like she shows me this double spread.
Go back and make your country a better one. These people come over here, I mean, overthrow Maduro or whatever, get a democracy in place.
It's really, Erik is saying, that's hard sometimes because
it is.
The people in charge. It's hard.
The military around and all that. What are your plans for your next life? Will you be male or female, or make it a cush one, please?
It's going to be a while. It'll be a while. She'll be there when her family gets there. But for her next life, let's see, she says here. Female. To answer that question, she'll be female. She's had many lives as female. Yes, it's going to be an easier one, she just said. Yes, it'll be an easier one.
Details to be determined, right?
Yeah, well, she's just showing me that she will come back here no, it's not somewhere else. She will come back here to
Okay.
Earth. And okay. She's showing me like she's going to be a part of something, like to make change again, but it's going to not be by her being hurt because of it.
Oh,
But
good, good.
she will be, the one in the middle of everything, making decisions and change. And, she keeps showing me like inventions, like inventing
Okay.
things,
All
you know?
right. Well, do you
So
know what lessons you're going to focus on in that life?
the simple ones. She's funny. She's laughing. She's laughing. She says, yeah, it'll be like a perfection. She said that she had like some perfection about her in this life, and this is something that's in a lot of lives that she has. It's not that it's a bad thing, but sometimes it can cause anxiety and stress.
Okay.
And she's still going to be working on that in the next life. But there's a lot of things. She talks about relationships. I heard that really loud, like relationships.
Okay.
It will be a big one. And mostly, yeah, is setting examples for others, because there's something about her is very angelic. I don't know. That's the
Yeah.
only word I can think about. Like
Yeah.
she
I
just,
mean, you could tell just by looking at her picture.
yeah,
Very
like
feminine, very
anybody,
angelic. Yeah.
yeah. And she's like anybody in any of the lives, that knows her. It's almost like she don't even have to do or say anything. You just feel like a better person around her, kind of thing is what I'm getting. Yeah.
Do you have angelic energy as part of your soul?
She says yes. She's not an angel per se,
Yeah.
but she does. It's we don't have hi, Erik is explaining this in a way, because some of the stuff is just beyond my understanding, but or comprehension on the other side. But he explains it in a way where there's not different levels on the other side, like anyone better than anybody
Yeah,
else,
there's
but
no hierarchy. Yeah.
right, there's different expansions of experience. So the more experience and the more expansion, and that doesn't mean that someone's better than another. It's just
Right.
different, is how he shows it. And she's had a lot
Yeah.
of things that she's done in lives that makes her almost like, and I'm not comparing her to Jesus, but like how Jesus has had many lives, and it makes their soul, you can just feel it. You just feel it.
Yeah. I mean, what happens is the
Person.
energetic frequency of their soul is higher and higher and higher.
Right.
So it's a vibrational thing.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Will you have a longer lifespan this next go round?
She said yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you be a victim or a perpetrator? Or neither?
No, she won't. Not in this sense. I mean, not a victim as in something happening to her like in this life.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she
All
won't.
right, good.
She says no. No.
What was your the past life or another life that influenced your current life? Can you talk about that?
She's showing me this. I'm trying to see what era this is. She's showing me like this is a long time ago. This is like in BC time. Okay,
Oh,
I can't
wow.
really
Okay.
say like where the day, but she's showing me, because there are many other lives and it's like all happening the same. But she shows me there are many lives that influence this one, but she's showing me something from this life.
Okay.
And it's her being like, I'm trying to see what this is. It's just showing her like things are so easy in this life. She's showing me like things are so easy. She has things come to her easy. It's just a very light and easy life. But sometimes she's saying you don't have to have like things happen to you in another life to make it influence another one. So much. But what she's showing is she chose after this one. Okay, now I'm going to use it in a linear term. So
Okay.
after
Yeah,
she's showing how she had a lot of easy ones, like, and she's going to put it in that term because I don't know like the terminology that they have, but she had like very like easy going, easy, a lot of like there wasn't a lot of growth. Okay, thank you, Eric. He's like trying to
Oh,
tell me there wasn't a lot
there
of
we go.
growth. Yeah,
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of growth. But so she chose after that many other lives to have harder things happen to her.
Yeah. So she could
So
have more
she's
growth.
been, yeah, she's been imprisoned in some lives. And she's showing me different ones where she had to overcome a lot of hardships after that.
Well,
So that
hopefully
does
you're done with that.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she is. She is. She shows me there are still some things she's working on, but she did have a lot of lives from that one that were very hard and she got a lot of growth. So it's
good.
almost like Eric is like it's like a wave. It's like a wave, and a lot of people do this. That it'll be a wave in a way, you know.
Oh,
I had some hard ones here. I'm gonna have some easy ones there. Is kind of how
oh, yeah, that makes
he
sense.
explains it, but I'm sure there's a lot more detail to it, but
Yeah.
it's just hard to understand from,
We
their
just
point
don't
of
have the
view.
vocabulary most of the time.
Yeah,
I think we,
right, exactly. Thank you.
yeah,
Right.
I think we answered this, but if you want to add anything else to this next one, was your young and violent death a lesson for yourself, us, or your family? All of the above, probably, right?
Oh yes, all of the above. Yes, absolutely.
Forgiveness,
It's
maybe
more of
listening to your intuition,
yeah, I mean, right, right. You can say lesson. She wants to call it an experience,
experiences.
but an experience because everybody's getting an experience from this. Um, she would say that it's more of a lesson on his end. Like it's more
Oh,
of a lesson on his end and
okay.
more of an experience on hers and people connected to her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So all of the above. Yes. More of
What
an
was his
experience.
lesson
Yes.
in this?
So a lot of it is about anyone who's an abuser. Okay. And he's been an abuser his whole life.
Yeah.
And I know that you've dealt with that type of person
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
They have their own conscious to overcome. Like they get this inner voice. It's almost like Eric shows me like you got this, your spirit, talking to you, your spirit guides and inner voice going on. And you have to, it's like an inner fight, like an inner fight. And
Oh,
there's people that have this too, that deal with, like Eric is talking about, depression, people that are dealing with the very heavy, dense energy. You
mm.
have, it's almost like an internal argument,
War.
internal fight, things like that. So to overcome that, to see what you've done, to feel bad about it. His isn't even like, some people will commit crime, right? Like maybe an accidental, like manslaughter or something like that.
Right.
And they have to forgive themselves. His isn't like that. His is more of a accepting responsibility for what you did instead of everybody deserves this because they did, nobody was good to me or I didn't get what I wanted out of
So
life. That
no
kind of attitude.
entitlement
Right.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
So he
Exactly.
needs
And
to
so,
learn, his lesson is to learn to accept responsibility for his actions. Is that what you're saying?
right. Right.
Does he feel
Exactly. That's
remorse,
part of it. No,
Eric?
only not for what he did, Eric says, but for the fact that he's being like prosecuted, he's being caught, he's being he doesn't have remorse over it. And
Good.
it's almost like I see like something in his brain
Mental
that
illness,
doesn't allow
sociopath.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a few more questions here. Lakin, what was your life purpose and what was your best memory from life here on Earth?
She's showing me a memory with her sister, and just like the summertime, where she lives, like I mean it gets hot everywhere, but where she lived, it was like summertime, playing in sprinklers, going
Oh,
swimming, just her childhood, she says,
wow.
her whole childhood. And of course she loved her life, she was very happy.
Seemed like it.
And she she's like, she says that now she sees this, but in her life she would look at her life like what's going on today instead of so much worrying about like the past or the future or whatever. She was really in the now. She really enjoyed life, so she's thankful for that. She's thankful that she did make the best out of each day, the best that she could. Of course, she's not perfect. She says, I was not perfect. I was human. I wasn't perfect. But she really, really loved her childhood and the time she spent with her family and her sisters, especially, playing in summer. During the summer, she just shows me like summertime. She loved it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was her life purpose just, did it revolve around her murder, or was it?
Oh, no. A lot of her life purpose, before this happened, this was part of it, but a lot of it was more of a teacher. Okay. So yeah, people that come, we teach and we learn, right, from each other. But hers was both, but it was more of the teacher, the setting the example. People would look at her and think, oh, I want to be like that. And not as in comparison, like comparing yourself, like I want to look like you, but more like setting that example of what type of person, role model type, influencing others. Okay. Right. Influencing others. She just said, she gave me that word, influencing others, to, and not on purpose, just being herself, being who she is, not trying to change anybody, but just by being who she was, others would want that. So that was a big part of her purpose. And also taking care of, she loved helping others. She loved,
nursing student, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, and she says that she was doing it for that. She really did love taking care of people, trying to help them feel better, and doing what she could to bring them, peace and happiness in their life. So she was a healer, she was a healer. Absolutely.
Now, are you working through the trauma there now, LAKEN? The trauma you went through?
She is. Erik shows me this, when you cross over, and I don't know why, I'm sure he's going to get to why he's showing this, but when you leave your body, time stops. It's different than it is here. So it can be like 5 minutes here and feel like a year there, even though there's no time. Right. So she shows me that she has gone through her life review, and that she still has things that she's working on, though. But it's not anything like detrimental. Like, it's nothing, like her soul isn't like suffering. She wants to make sure people know her soul's not suffering or anything. She is very happy, and she has seen other things, like with her family. She's talking about how exciting it is to be able to see their future and where they're going with their life. And she likes that. She likes that. And she's done some exploring. She just said she's done exploring throughout space. And
Erik, what do you guys think about each other, LAKEN and Erik?
He does this like kind of like shy, like blushing in his face. And it's kind of like it's somebody, like if they knew each other and liked it, he would really like have a crush on. And not that he doesn't now, but there's a different energy now. But this is somebody he like. He goes, he doesn't like that. And then she just has this sweet, like innocent, like look on her face, but they have a lot of similarities. They do a lot of similarities, and their angelic qualities, and choosing to go through certain things in their lives for others, benefit, to grow and learn from.
Awesome.
And personality wise too. Very, very loving, very caring, very peaceful type people. Like not quick to anger, type.
That's awesome.
Personality.
Well, last question. I think we already asked this, or we know it. Were you aware of the presence of Jose Antonio Ibarra before he attacked? I mean, there must have been a little bit of time. That's a weird last.
There was a little bit of time. She's showing me like trees around and stuff, and like she was always trying to be aware of her surroundings. Okay. She really was. She was trying to be aware of her surroundings, but he surprised her, and he did this on purpose. So it's almost like he was walking through the woods, spotted her, and then decided that's who I'm going for. And so then by that time she turned and seen him, but there was a fight, and she actually had enough time to try to call for help. But he just overtook her too quick.
So anything else you'd like to say, LAKEN?
She just wants to say that she, sending love to all her family and friends, and she also wants to say thank you to everybody out there that are sending prayers to her family. She wants to thank everyone for all the things, because she can hear everything that everyone's saying to her, people that are talking to her, and she wants them to know that she hears them. And I don't think her family's going to see this, but she's saying that she just loves them so much, and she's okay. She's okay. She's just, because even though some people know that when you cross some family, when they're in a grieving state, they don't know always. And I feel like there's still a little bit of shock going on with some of the family. So, yeah. And she doesn't want this to be all political about her death.
No, no.
Be changed,
No,
but there's
that almost trivializes your death. Absolutely.
right.
All right. Well, thank you, Laken.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh, no. She was just saying, just thank you to you, and
you're welcome.
for letting her have a voice. And she thanked me, and she's so sweet.
She is just an angel. All right. Well, thank you guys. Be sure you thank you, Laken, for doing this. I hope it wasn't too uncomfortable. And thank you, Erik, for helping out. And you guys check out Ginger in the description box. I love you all. Be sure you
he says, I love you, and I love everybody. He says, I love everybody. He's yelling it.
Yes,
So
everybody loves you. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.